Mohamed Keita, Advocacy Coordinator for Africa Program at the Committee to Protect Journalists, an independent, non-profit organization based in New York that promotes press freedom and defends the rights of journalists. He joins us on the phone from right here in the nation's capital. Well, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm profoundly honored and exceedingly humbled to have the opportunity to host the three of you on Straight Talk Africa.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Let me come to you, Mohamed. Mohamed, I'm afraid that perhaps due to some circumstances beyond your control, you are not able to join us right from the top of the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm terrific. Where do you come from, by the way, from the African continent, Mohamed?
Mali.
You come from Mali itself?
Yes.
The champion of press freedom in Africa?
Yes.
I see. Is it still the champion to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, there's been a few incidents in the past few weeks, but the press is one of the freest on the continent. The Malian press remains one of the freest.
I have to say that I agree with you because several weeks ago, when the coup had just come into place, I was amazed to see ordinary people allowed even to demonstrate against the military junta. This was a coup, not a country which pretends, frankly, to have democracy, when in fact the democracy they have is a facade.
Indeed. While the junta suspended the constitution, they did not shut down any radio station or newspapers. In fact, the media continued to operate and comment on the events very freely.
Very interesting. You've looked at the report, of course. Are you impressed by the report? Are you surprised? What is your reaction to this report?
Well, the report places Eritrea as the last country, it's the country with the least freedom in Africa, and it actually is right in line with our own report released on World Press Freedom Day, where we listed Eritrea as the world's most censored country, ahead of North Korea and Syria. And we welcome the attention on the issue of press freedom. It's a freedom that is unfortunately taken for granted, but it is the most important freedom because an attack on a journalist is an attack on all of our rights to information. And a crime on a journalist is not an ordinary crime because by obstructing or censoring or imprisoning a journalist, you're essentially obstructing hundreds of people who depend on the press for information and to enlighten them about what is going on in their country.
What is particularly unique about Eritrea, Mohammed? Because there are people, frankly, who feel that Eritrea, Ethiopia, the Gambia, DRC, Equatorial Guinea, and Ethiopia, and Rwanda, of course, and others would even wonder why Guinea-Bissau, for example, is characterized as not free, as partly free.
Yeah, that is a reflection of the conditions in that country where the leadership is not involved in throwing journalists in prison or, in Guinea-Bissau there are issues there, obviously, but the issues do not rise to the level of oppression that we see in these other places like Equatorial Guinea or Ethiopia or Uganda or the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In many ways, it's a reflection of leadership because violations against the press are really rule of law violations. I would venture to say that the overwhelming number of journalists that come to our attention, whose rights are violated, have legitimate cases in court. If they decided to sue their government for unlawful arrest, unlawful detention, or for just violating their rights.
Now, they come to you